Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Peace, family. My name is Vicki Dillard for African Diaspora News Channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you come in, be sure to give us a big thumbs up, and tell everybody you know your sister with the curly braids is on. Thank you so very much, family. I had the high honor of recently doing an exclusive interview with the wonderful and glorious activist on the ground, Miss Jessica Jackson. Of course, there are many that are on the ground, a good strong handful of those that are on the ground in Chicago in particular, just calling out the Democrat Party, calling out massive injustices that have both national and international implications. Yes. Well, one of those activists, again, is Miss Jessica Jackson. I got an exclusive interview with her recently on my channel at vickydillard.tv. I'm going to be talking more about that as the days goes on. This is a part of her work, which I've done many broadcasts on her before, not just me, but others, of course. I want you all to see during one of the city council meetings not too long ago, this image was captured of an illegal migrant that was attending this hearing, and how one of our FBAs, by the way, family, stands for Foundational Black Americans. It is not a group. It's not an organization that you can have a president or treasurer or take minutes on. FBA represents a lineage here. Those of us that are responsible for the creation of the United States and who are due reparations. That's what that's about. Yes? So, family, I want you to watch this clip.
Huh? Yeah, excuse me. Somebody, she's sitting right here. That's her seat, Edith's seat. Yes, that's her seat. She's handicapped. She went to the bathroom. No, you
20 minutes.
No, she's getting ready to come right now.
No, I'm leaving in 20 minutes.
And no, she's gonna be here.
Okay,
No, it ain't okay. You have to get up out of her seat. She's a handicapped woman. Her chair's right there. She's getting ready to come, so 20 minutes is too long. Sorry. Yeah. It's not. Yeah, I'm not finna go. Yeah, you got to get up out of her seat. Hey, that's Edith's seat she's sitting in. If you see, she got her wheelchair and stuff right there. Yeah, get up.
Okay.
But the lady is sitting here right now.
I know, I understand.
You know, we have to sit down there.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. These people, no respect.
Do you see the blinkage? Do you see my eyes twitching and stuff? Family. Now, you may ask yourself, why talk about this, Vicki? I'm trying to show you just how disrespectful and outrageous this immigration issue has gotten. I want you all to understand that the Democrat Party, even some members of the Republican Party and some of the folks, the powers that shouldn't be, they intentionally conflate legal immigration with illegal immigration. Where is my gavel? Talk black to me, family. How many of y'all know we hold court here? There is a difference between legal immigration and illegal immigration. Say it with me, class. There is a difference between legal and illegal immigration. They want us to intentionally conflate both of them so that they can do everything that they want to do with these different foreigners that's coming into this country, so they can perpetuate the multiple agendas that the powers that shouldn't be want to enact. There is a difference. They're intentionally conflating them so that they can have new allies and new soldiers. As the Europeans in America's numbers continue to dwindle, and they fear becoming the minority sooner rather than later in terms of controlling the levers of power here, as Joe Biden admitted recently. Do y'all understand that? So the moment you all started to jump talking about immigration, baby, we talking about illegal immigration. You remember you're supposed to be against that because that's a crime. When you commit a crime, they call you a criminal. They don't come up with new and juicy and fluffy and sweet and precious and cute, cuddly names for us when there's a crime committed. You understand? There's a difference between the two. Now, in this instance, I want to remind us that this was a hearing, a city council hearing, and the disrespect that foundational Black Americans are dealing with on a day-to-day basis amongst those that have committed crimes, and they don't fear being arrested because they show up to meetings like this. How many of y'all saw the video that we did and watched the follow-up video where we're going to talk about it even more, where this illegal migrant was sitting there loud during one of the hearings, wasn't fearing that the politicians would arrest him, wasn't fearing ICE was going to come get him, screaming and hollering at us, calling us lazy and stuff, and saying no more money for you. This is real. Don't jump to me talking about helping those that do jobs that other folks don't, other folks in America don't want to do, which is a lie. I don't want to hear that mess. I need you to talk about why y'all feel so comfortable dogging and disrespecting Black Americans. In this case, a disabled foundational Black American. You're illegal, you're twitching and twirling, and you're attending meetings. Political means with no fear that anybody's going to arrest you, and then you turn around and steal a chair that belonged to a handicapped Black woman. This is outrageous. And the agenda is clear and it's intentional. We're going to call it out. And we're spending all kinds of money for it. How do we know? I'm reading from an article right now to remind you. I remember several of these so-called sanctuary city mayors, including one of the mayors out of here in Colorado, which is about 45 minutes from where I'm from in the Denver Metroplex area. I don't live in Denver. I do a lot of business in Denver, but about 45 minutes or so away from where I'm from, one of the mayors here had to come to that very congressional hearing because they found out that some of these sanctuary city mayors are under investigation. One of those mayors is who? Brandon Johnson. Remember during that meeting? I'm reading from this headline here from ABC that says that Chicago mayor defends spending on migrant crisis during Capitol Hill meeting. Remember, he acted like he couldn't answer the question when he was asked about it. And it says here, quote, "You're the mayor of Chicago. Do you think that your residents or the residents of your state should be paying for that more than they should be paying for their own needs, their own growth, and their own public safety?" Pennsylvania Republican Representative Scott Perry was asked. That was one of the ones that was there also. The people of Chicago, quote, y'all listen, "The people of Chicago elected me as the 57th mayor of the city of Chicago, and we serve all the residents of the city of Chicago," Mayor Johnson replied. Okay, this is, remember I told you several of them. That's Mayor Johnson. Now Chicago mayor running his mouth. Watch this. However, the article says that service comes with a cost. According to data obtained from ABC7 team, since September 2022, the city has paid out $638.7 million in vendor contracts for the new arrivals. Quote, Mayor Johnson, "In the last 4 years, how much has Chicago spent on care for illegal aliens?" North Carolina Republican Virginia Fox Act. Since 2022, since the governor of Texas was shipping individuals to cities across the country, the city's budget, roughly 1% of the city's budget over the course of 4 years, Mayor Johnson replied. Family, it goes on and on talking about how the 1% comes out to about $625 million over the past 4 years. But according to those vendor payments, the real numbers are even higher, which I know they're higher. I've discussed it, there are multiple broadcasts on it. They also don't include other bureaucracies, agencies, and entities that directly deal with the housing and with the care and with the maintenance of illegal aliens and stuff. Talk back to me, somebody. I brought that up because we're paying all this money to be directly disrespected from illegal immigrants. And there is a difference. And we're saying, how dare you? And even though we know you're lying about the numbers, as this article even implies and says, that $625 million would be a hell of a down payment for those that are Black Americans in Chicago. And we're demanding those resources be redirected to those to who it truly belongs, by people there in that city. And we're not going to stop, and we're going to keep covering it, and we're going to continue to show you the nonstop disrespect and demand changes in this country. My name is Vicki Dillard, beloved. I have an upcoming free webinar on Saturday, April 5th. I don't want you to miss it, beloved. Again, it's free. I'm going to be exposing. Are you ready for this? Did you all know that your U.S. government has a history of having certain covens. Yes, covens, actual seances on their military bases. I'm going to tell you what that's all about and why. How many of you all know that there's a spiritual war over your head? So when you see stuff play out in the natural, there's also something spiritually going on. I'm a master at revealing exactly what that is and what you can do about it. You don't want to miss this free webinar. Go to my website at vickiplanet.com to save your seat today. Go to vickiplanet.com. Share the broadcast here.